14 billion years. I would like someone for just a moment to get their head around a billion years. Put your head around a million years. Put your head around 1,000 years. And then I would like for you to consider, how long have we been doing this science thing? You know, go back 50 years ago, we've been studying, how warm the earth is or how cold the earth is. Or 50 years ago, we sent a satellite up into space or something that sends information back to 100 years ago. What kind of science were we bringing in? Real scientific data. What were we bringing in 100 years ago? Now put your head around, how much scientific data were we bringing in 200 years ago? Now, I just want you to know that was the 1800s when people were riding around in buggies with horses in front of them 200 years ago. Let's go to 400 years. I'm not saying men were stupid 400 years ago. There's a ton of amazingly bright, sharp, and intelligent things that were happening 400 years ago. 400 years ago. Let's go 600 years ago, 800 years ago. Now put your head around 14 billion years. They were not there. They do not know what happened 14 billion years ago. They don't have a clue. Now, I say that with all due respect, again, back to Chase's argument, where I'm not questioning the sincerity of someone at all. I know people believe that. But when we talk about having faith based upon the evidence, I've got evidence of looking at the genealogy of man written in Scripture, but even outside of Scripture, I can see the history of man and the descendants of man and the population of the world, and it makes sense to the Bible. It doesn't make sense to 14 billion years ago. And then the other comment I have is, how much faith does it take to believe that everything was a big ball of gases and blew up, and out of that chaos and disorder came order, came.
Where's the evidence?
Yeah, all I want to do is show me the evidence. That's all I'm asking, because what I can say is, I grant you it's a belief system. I have faith in God, and it's a belief system. But it's a belief based upon the evidence that we have a very complex system that somebody else is trying to convince me a designer wasn't even involved. It just happened by chance. That I have to check my brain at the door to believe that, because that would take a whole lot more faith than me to believe there's a supreme being that created the universe.